What's up, everyone? It's your man Busy. I am back with another video. So currently it is 5:15 in the morning and I am kind of upset. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Now I'm playing. So I finished my reaction video to Game of Thrones, and so my computer is getting kind of shaky, I guess, and the footage did record, but it ended up corrupting the file. Like, the whole file was corrupted for the recording part. So when I clicked on it, it would not let me access it, and I kept trying and it wouldn't work. And then the video recording itself ended up being um like it ended up being too long, I guess. So I ended up stopping, and so I only had the footage from the last couple of minutes because I ended up re-recording, so it didn't get the whole entire thing. And I was gonna end up, like, I was like, oh well, it didn't record, so I might as well just put the whole entire footage of like the first couple of minutes. I don't know, the first hour or whatever. So that didn't end up even working, and I am honestly really upset. So today I'm just gonna drop my review. I know I'm talking so much, so I mean that's not good at all. So I mean, ignore that. But yeah, I'm gonna get straight to the point. So this episode was probably one of my favorite episodes I've ever reacted to. Probably one of the best episodes we've gotten, and it's obviously like it can be put up for debate, but I mean it's just my opinion, honestly, because yeah, dialogue is great, learning about the characters is great, but this is all action. It was all out action, little dialogue. Dialogue was just like war related talk, like oh, retreat, do this, do that, and there wasn't much of it. And it just started off with a fight, and it was just, the whole episode was an hour and a half worth of war, and it was just incredible. The effects, the visual effects, everything was just fantastic. Like, I honestly was like, my mind was blown, and every single character we got a little look at, like almost every character that at Winterfell, they didn't leave out anything really. It was just, honestly, I thought it was perfect, and I was just very excited to see it. And there was just, it was just honestly great, and I really enjoyed it. It was psh. So we're gonna end up actually going over a list of the people that we lost. So I mean, I want to make sure I get every characters down so you guys have a good idea, because I want to make sure everyone knows who we lost. So first, not so good with the Dothraki names, but like nearly the entire Dothraki army was killed in the like early in the battle, and along with one of the leaders that we ended up seeing, I believe, partially when Daenerys ended up going back. I believe it's pronounced Quono or Kano. I'm not sure, but yeah, he ended up coming back. We ended up seeing the whole Dothraki army, like, or most of it, retreat, and I don't know, it was not good. Same thing with Jorah. We ended up seeing him come back. Ed Tollett, I believe how you pronounce it. He, is also called Dolores Ed, died saving Sam Tarly, and we see this. He was a dear friend to, oh my god, I'm moving my hands like Trump. He was a dear friend to Jon Snow, and we get to see that a lot, and their kind of relationship developed a lot. And honestly, when I saw that, I was very shook. Like I said, I'm very upset. You guys will not see my reaction. Like, I'm honestly pissed off, but I'm hiding it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you get to see the knife go through him, and then you see the blood come out of his mouth, and it was just very hard. Lyanna, this really hit me. She was told she was not going to fight, but she ain't gonna listen. She really wanted to do something, so she goes up, and she died a heroic death, as it says on here. She was killed by one of the giants, and honestly, being killed by a giant, I mean, I don't want to say it's a way to go, but the way she did it, she stabbed it in the eye, and she ended up dying that way. That is probably one of the best ways to go, dying by killing something. So she's the smallest one on the field, killing the biggest thing on the field, not including the dragons, of course. And it was just crazy. She was picked up, and yes, fear, of course, everyone would be scared, but instead of doing that, she just straight up stabbed it in the eye, and she came back as a one of the whites later on. And it sucked. When they picked her up, she just looked at it in the eyes and let out a big roar. It was kind of emotional. I was very upset. Beric Dondarrion, I'm so bad at the names. He died protecting Arya Stark. I knew he was not gonna come back. Like I just knew it. Like I mean, a lot of people could know because he ended up making that really clear in a past episode, saying that, "Oh yeah, one day I'm not coming back." And obviously, he was brought back for a purpose. And the Red Woman said herself that the purpose of him being brought back was fulfilled. So his purpose was done. So I mean, they had no reason to bring him back, and he died protecting Arya Stark. So that was his purpose. And I guess Arya's purpose was to kick ass, and you'll see why if I haven't already made it clear, I guess. But it was crazy. Theon Greyjoy. Theon Greyjoy died defending Bran, and like I've said before, I don't cry during things, and like I don't like. But this almost got me teary eyed because I mean, like thinking of how much he progressed, it's just crazy. First episode, he was a total douche. They found the little dire wolves, and he saw the little run and just straight up went to Jon Snow. So I mean, this dude was a total douche. He betrayed us, you know what I'm saying? And then he ended up getting his dick chopped off, and he just progressed so much, and he ended up kind of like settling it and giving Sansa a big hug last episode, whatever there was called. And I was just hoping that like their relationship would just kind of be so much stronger and just get better, you know what I'm saying? And it was sad. He just had so many like for a man with no dick, he had some balls on him, you know what I'm saying? Like he went straight for dozens of whites just to get to the Night King, and he was ready, and then the Night King just didn't hesitate and just finished him. And now we are at the Night King, okay? This is what I'm trying to get to. The Night King thought he won, and then he got killed by Arya. And as he was ready to kill Bran, Arya just came out the cut, and you just see her go like flying or whatever. It was probably one of the most badass scenes that I've seen. And honestly, we saw a little Jimmy Fallon sketch where she acted like she spoiled it, and obviously we knew it wasn't real. But then she ends up coming like going towards the Night King, and the way the Night King turned and like caught her, I honestly thought like oh man, it wasn't the second episode, it was the third episode. Like my first thought is, oh my god, this girl is screwed. But you know, she ends up dropping the blade, catching it, and then just just I went crazy. I'm so upset that like the whole entire episode wasn't in here, but I mean this was here. But I mean, I was at a loss of words. I really enjoyed that scene, and she was perfect. I mean, I went crazy. I was so excited. My emotions wanted to spread even more, but they couldn't because people were sleeping in my house because it was 4 a.m. So I mean, it was just outstanding the way they portrayed it, and I don't think there could have been any better way for the Night King to die, because I mean, the dragons tried to do it and they couldn't do it. I don't know. And now we're at Jorah Mormont, who died fighting alongside Daenerys. And this probably was one of it was a really kind of fascinating scene, I guess, because we've seen, Daenerys is not one to hesitate when it comes to going into battle, but she usually does it with her her kids on her side. But this was just different. I wouldn't imagine her being too scared, but we got to see a little fear in her eyes when the little whites ended up getting up and trying to go towards her. But instead of being full on scared, she grabbed the sword and went to work. And we don't really get to see her with the sword. I don't think we've ever seen her with the sword, if I can think back. And she ended up killing so many, and she was just fighting along Jorah, and Jorah made it his personal mission, obviously, to protect her, pushing her out of the way, making sure he was the one in harm's way, trying to do his best to protect her. Sadly, he did not make it, and Daenerys was just broken. You can see her, like, these are terrific actors. Like, her eyes, like, it was just so genuine. She was, like, crying, and it was so sad. And Melisandre, next. She is gone, the Red Woman. She took off the necklace, and at the time, I really didn't think much of it. I just forgot, because it's been so long since I ended up rewatching it, so I guess I forgot a lot about it. And then you just see her aging, and I forgot all about that, and she just drops. So, I don't know. But yes, these are like mainly the characters, like the main characters that ended up dying. And yeah, so now we're going to go back to the rest of the review. The episode starts off with them just getting ready, and they were just straight up attacking. And Melisandre comes in. First, I mean, obviously I thought it was like one of the whites or whatever, and then it turns out to be her, and she does one of her spells and lights the whole Dothraki army up with like flaming friggin' swords, and it was just insane. And I just got so hyped, and I was like, oh my god, and I, oh my god, I wish you guys could see my reaction. I was just freaking going crazy. Um, oh my god. But yes, if I can find the clip, I'll end up dropping it. But then as we saw, the whole Dothraki army died, and like basically, and I don't know. We got to see Bran turn into the three-eyed raven again, and this whole episode was, like I said, it was just full-on action, so it couldn't have been any better for me, in my opinion. I enjoyed it so friggin' much, and I don't know, I just, this really, like, my words are just scrambled. We get to see the full on battle, and it was honestly insane. Jamie and Brienne, they were protecting each other all episode basically. They like saved each other like twice. Each other, I don't know, it was just crazy. These zombies just remind me, these whites reminded me so much of like the World War Z zombies. Like, they were just charging full speed. They were literally on top of the soldiers while the soldiers were still standing up. They were just using each other as like a ladder basically, and it was just insane to see it. And I don't know, they just moved so damn fast. Each warrior couldn't even keep up with them, and like they ended up having to retreat obviously, and Daenerys was caught in like the mist, and she could not see the warning that like they wanted the fire to surround Winterfell, so she wasn't able to be there, and that part was honestly crazy. And so then Melisandre ends up actually coming in clutch and doing what she does, and lit the whole thing on fire. And obviously she did it at the last minute, and it added more of a dramatic effect, so it kind of helped the situation a lot. So I honestly did enjoy that a lot. But then the whites ended up actually putting their bodies over the one spot of the gate so the fire would dim down, and they just ended up climbing over, and that's when they ended up actually going into Winterfell, which did not help at all. And that's when the giant broke in, and we get to see, like, oh my god, it was not good. She was such a warrior, ended up being so brave. Honestly, I was probably one of my favorite death scenes. I know it sucks, but probably one of my favorite death scenes in this episode. She stood her ground, killed a giant ass beast, and I mean, I'm just excited, I guess, to see the next episode, because I want to see how I feel like people are going to be really, really upset with the fact of all the people that they lost, and it's honestly not going to end up well. And I just want to see how all the characters end up handling it. Another thing, Arya. We get to see her with the weapon that she's been asking for, and she did such a good ass job, but she ended up losing the weapon. So that's the sad thing. But she was doing so damn well, and it was probably one of my favorite scenes. She was going off, and then you just see people looking at her like, damn. And she was just being badass, and she ended up having a early contact with the Red Woman, ended up staring at her, and they just had kind of a stare off. Then they ended up meeting on later on in the episode, and Melisandre was talking to her about the whole prophecy thing. So I'm excited to see how that ends up planning out. And I don't know, it was crazy. All the action, everything. I'm really disappointed though with the fact that oh my god, Arya ends up taking like all these different whites on, and then she ends up going into straight up stealth mode. And when she was in danger, first the Hound was hiding, and it really did it hit me in the feels, because the Hound saw her struggling. Then all of a sudden he noticed like she was struggling, so he ended up actually helping, and he snapped out of his little trance and ended up going to try to save her. And that part was pretty badass. But we get like a whole scene of her just being stealth as hell and just getting through everyone and just doing her business. You know what I'm saying? It was just super cool. And I don't know, I just thought it was super cool. She was just going full on stealthy, and she was like a cat, like, and all these different walkers, and one looks up under the table and she just was gone. So and that's the scene right before where our guy ended up sacrificing himself basically and ended up dying. This episode was just full of emotions, even though there wasn't, like, usually people be like, oh well, dialogue is what sets in the emotion. It's like this was just kind of actions speak louder than words, I guess you could say, because the way everyone was going, it was just the way people reacted, and the way what people did kind of showed like the real true like hero side of them. I am stuttering a lot, so I apologize. Bear with me. I apologize. Have not slept in a while, but bear with me. But this is just I'm just looking forward to see what happens next because I wanted to see Dany's reaction when she ended up seeing her dragon come back, and it wasn't as big as a reaction as I would hoped for. I was actually hoping for something greater, and we finally got to see a big battle between the dragons. It was crazy. They were biting each other. You could see them scratching each other. It was just crazy to watch. The Night King, he was just going on. This man would not die. This Arya just, had to put down her foot, and she ended up doing the work. And I went crazy when that part happened. Like, what does this mean for the upcoming episodes? I don't know. Because honestly, I expected this White Walker war. Because, this has been going on since the beginning. So you thought this would be how it would end. And I'm not sure if they're going to end up coming back. I doubt it, obviously. But, it's like there's 3 episodes left. And the ones that we thought were basically the main villains are gone. And obviously, Cersei is a big character that we haven't seen that much of her. So obviously, it kind of was, I want to say, foreshadowing that she was gonna have a big part of the end. But I'm really excited to see how this ends because she was supposed to kill a Green Eyes and a Blue Eyes, and I'm pretty sure Cersei has Green Eyes. So I'm excited to see if this is gonna happen. Here, this is a little theory. My cousin ended up saying something like she just had this theory that Arya was honestly gonna end up wearing Jaime's face or something and do the dirty. So that would honestly be really badass if that happens. But that's just a theory. So I'm sorry if it upsets any of you. Please don't dislike the video. But I don't really know what else to say. My brain is all kind of screwed up because it's so like early on, and so I apologize if I'm not really making sense. I really hope you guys hit the subscribe button. I really could use a win due to the fact that my whole computer is screwed up. The only good news is I'm going to be ending up getting more space soon, and I'm going to end up, me and my brother are putting together money for a nicer computer. He knows how to make computers. He has like a nice ass desktop. I don't touch it because it's like his prized possession, and he only lets me use it like rarely when I ask. And so we're gonna get this one. It's gonna be all for for recording. If he does stream, it's gonna be for that. But he's gonna end up starting making his own channel. He doesn't know what it's called yet, so I can't like shout him out or anything. But definitely it's gonna be cool because he's probably better at me than reactions. And he doesn't even try to. And he knows a lot too. So he's good at that. So he's gonna end up. We're both gonna have a little room for just straight up YouTube. And we're gonna end up putting the desktop in there, and we're just gonna go crazy with it. And all my stuff is gonna be on it. I'm gonna get a better mic, a better camera, and it's gonna be good. So the reason why I don't do it now is because I don't have the space for it. Sometimes I'm shooting over there, sometimes I'm shooting in my room, sometimes I'm shooting here. I can't always decide because I never know where people are gonna be. So I'm sorry for that. And yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am talking a lot. You guys probably don't really care, but I just want to let you guys know I appreciate you guys watching. This is your man Busy. Until next time, thank you.